everyone, it's Mark, and today we're taking another look at an Ernie Tertelgte video. He is a sovereign citizen who claims to be a free man on the land, and I featured him in a previous video here on the channel. In today's video, he gets held in contempt of court during jury selection for an upcoming trial. Let's roll the video.
Why do you have driver's license and you're finding a lady on the inset or to be safe on the highways? And then we just heard that one with the driver's license has had DUIs, that there have been wrecks, that there have been insurance issues, there have been problems. So it becomes very swiftly logical, very clear immediately that the presence of a driver's license on your person actually doesn't make you safe on the highway, does it? What is it that makes you safe on the highway? Common sense. Is common sense equity? Is it equity? In common sense, do you do that which is just right and fair? In other words, do you, let's say, drive according to the conditions? Even though it says 85 miles an hour, that morning, there's a little bit of black ice on the road. You're going to do 85 just because the sign says you can?
Honestly, I have no idea why he was trying to testify during jury selection. Also, did you notice the no trespassing sign on his body? I have a feeling this won't end up well for him.
Why not? You can, and you have a license, and you have insurance. You're all set to go. Why not?
It's not in danger.
You put yourself in danger, but because you're all good people, your first thought is because you put somebody else in danger. Okay? That's how Americans are. They put other people first. Other people's well-being, other people's safety. We consider each other first, and then we consider ourselves. It's in all of our interests to have each other's well-being and safety foremost, uppermost at all times in our minds. Now, I know you've all been looking at this silly sign around my neck. It has a purpose, and I'd like to put it down.
Your silly sign around your neck has no purpose whatsoever. It's just the typical sovereign citizen nonsense that has no actual legal basis on real laws whatsoever.
So, if I choose not to exercise what we just spoke about, and let's say that I have the driver's license, and I do 85 on that black ice road, and I take you out. The driver's license I had didn't save your life. I smashed your rig, didn't save your rig, and you don't have insurance. Maybe I don't either, because maybe for the last 9 years I've been able to get a job due to another court action that I'll leave stand at that. What have I done to you if I behave in such a fashion, even having the driver's license? What will I have done to you? The answer is on the sign. I will have trespassed on you, will I have not, in all 3 ways. Okay? No trespassing. That's all 3 ways. What 3 ways am I referencing? That would be the 3 jurisdictions. That would be Admiralty Maritime, which is the standard in the corner, which is the law of the sea. And it would also be on the land, which is my standard. This is the flag of my country. That is the flag of the ocean. Are you wet? Anybody here smell salt air? Seagulls?
He has completely bought into this sovereign citizen foolishness and is very deep down the sovereign citizen rabbit hole. And I think it's at the point where there is no help for him.
If you don't, why is the standard of Admiralty Maritime present in this court when in fact you are on the dry city? We're on dry land. Are we all agreed on this? We're on dry land. Okay. Now that we're agreed that the jurisdiction that is in this courtroom this morning is that of dry land, the pertinence of that particular standard in that corner is it to be uppermost or sub to the land. Should it be higher than the land or should it be lower than the standards of the land? That's a good question, and it takes a common sense answer. Now we're speaking of our country. I'll swing this around here in a minute and we'll wrap this up because I too do not wish to waste your time. Let me perhaps phrase this a different way. My silly sign here this morning is backed by a copy of the 1789 Constitution. Are there any here among you this morning, looking at my silly stuff around my neck, who would be willing to raise your hand and say that the 1789 Constitution, we all grew up learning about in school, is not the supreme law of the land? Would anybody here raise their hand? And then I would love to hear your explanation.
I feel bad for these potential jurors. All Ernie is doing is arguing outdated laws that have no legal merit in today's world whatsoever.
Everybody here is in agreement then that our Republic 1789 Constitution is the supreme law of the land?
Object, Your Honor. Attempting to instruct the jury on law applicable, which comes from the Procedural.
I object to Mr. Hayden's objection, and for the record, in and on the court, I object to the entire proceedings of this court as it's going to proceed in the wrong jurisdiction. And at this juncture, for the 6th time on the record, I require of this court to declare with precision what jurisdiction are you operating in.
I'm not sure why, but Ernie reminds me a lot about someone who likes to talk about jurisdiction.
You have subject matter jurisdiction.
Mr. Tertelgte.
Answer the question, please.
Excuse me. If you
Answer
are
the
rude to
question.
the court,
Tertelgte, if you
require an
continue
answer.
to interrupt, I will hold you in contempt.
You see how you're not getting an answer? What are you, the jury, who just said you're dry on the land, doing in a court that won't tell you what jurisdiction you're in? There is an issue at hand here. Something is wrong. What if, under this program here that is being played out and that you're being brought into, what if you make a wrong-headed ruling? And because you've already agreed, and it stands now, that the supreme law of the land is what governs, that is known as equity. You make a wrong-headed ruling, and you come against my country's
Your Honor, can we get a
Constitution,
question?
then
Mr.
I
Tertelgte?
have to let you know that you will have endangered what you just said you agreed to.
Mr. Tertelgte,
What shall
you
be
need to
my
ask
remedy?
the potential jurors
I object
questions.
again, to the proceedings of this court in the wrong jurisdiction. We are not at sea. This is on the dry land.
Right. Do
Jury,
you,
what shall be my remedy? What should be my remedy?
What is the argument here?
The
I guess I
argument
don't see a
here-
basis for the argument.
The argument here is the validity of those bringing the charges against me, nature of the accuser, and the validity of jurisdiction that must be proved. It all ties into the driver's license. It all ties into the presentment of proper grammar. I'm just a ditch digger, old Montana cowhand, born 56 years ago, Gallatin County. I've dairied, farmed, logged, sawmilled all my days, like everybody you guys know. 9 years ago, I began to grow highly interested in the pursuit of knowledge. This is but a tenth, not even 100th, of what I have not only looked into, but now comprehend.
Your Honor, I'm gonna have to object again at this point.
I object to this objection.
Mr. Tertelgte, you're not choosing a jury, you're testifying.
You're correct, I'm not using a jury because I have no objection to any of them, and I
Okay,
take the
then,
entire bunch. I
At
take
that
them all.
point, you
I
have
do
no
not
objection,
dismiss
we're
any.
gonna continue with selection.
I would just like to remind everyone that this isn't opening or closing statements. This is jury selection.
So if you will, go ahead.
Selection is made, I have the right to jury trial, and I resist none of this. As far
And
as
Mr.
dismissing
Tertelgte,
any of
Mr.
the
Avery will
juries,
hand you
I
the
do
jury
not.
list, and you can strike the ones, one at a time that you don't wish to keep.
Put it on the record that this court has just become biased against the.
Contempt, Mr. Tertelgte?
No,
If
I'm
you
not.
don't be quiet right
You
now, I
are
will
in
have you
contempt of
arrested.
law, Stormy. You're in contempt of law. I'm standing for my
Officer
country's
Hines,
constitution, my
Take
country's
Mr. Tertelgte
people.
into custody, please.
For someone who thinks he knows about the law, he really doesn't know anything about the law. Otherwise, he wouldn't be getting held in contempt of court.
And I'm not, keep your hands off me, Clint. I'm private property.
If you interfere,
Keep
you're
your
going
hands
with
off of me.
Do we understand?
Keep your hands off of me. Keep your hands off of me. Keep your hands off of me. Clinton Himes, you are guilty of conducting a military crime on
Stop
our
right
board.
there. I'm an officer.
Don't hurt him.
What are we doing?
Back off.
Leave me alone, Clinton.
This man
Leave me alone.
deserved
Clinton.
it.
Leave
It's
me
unlawful,
alone.
unconstitutional. He made his choice.
Leave me alone, Clinton. I have done no wrong here.
Well, for one, you're being held in contempt of court, and secondly, you're currently resisting arrest.
He hasn't done
You
any
need to back up
wrong.
so I'm going to get hurt.
Why has no one been able to tell him what wrong he's done? Doing me harm.
Why has no one been able to tell him what wrong he's Back done? off! Are you getting in it?
I'm backing off. Respect me. Nobody's ever answered the jurisdictional issue, Ernie. With me.
Born
Under arrest.
Stop. We live here.
It's martial law.
This is unconstitutional. Our freedom is being stolen. This is slavery. We're being pushed off this land.
I'm gonna find you in contempt as well.
Why should I put my hands behind my back when I've done no wrong? Listen, I'm afraid you're gonna break my wrists and damage my shoulder.
Mr. Tertelgte, I suggest following the officer's directions and putting your hands behind your back if you're worried about being injured. Save your legal arguments for the courtroom.
I'm an aging fellow with him.
I understand. I'm asking politely. Put your hand back.
When I comply,
Do it, please.
it will not be because contract is established. You comprehend that?
Yes.
When I comply, I'm not establishing contract. Let me.
We asked the man that to be able to
I
speak.
can't put my hands behind my
There's a
back.
definition of what are you doing now?
I'm complying under force of duress and coercion.
Because he asked a question. And he wanted an answer. That was it. That's all that he did wrong.
Your Honor, can I ask a question without getting contempt of court? I just have a
You
question.
can have you can answer, I'll answer
All
the
right.
question.
I stand on a solid foundation being my Constitution and my Bible.
You
Which
people
I
remove my
love.
materials.
I love my country and I love my freedom.
We will.
And I want to live freely and unencumbered. I want to preserve my Constitution.
What is your question, sir?
My question is what did Ernie do wrong? What did he do wrong?
He disrupted the court by basically testifying during jury selection.
He's not following the procedure and
The
was.
court has no jurisdiction.
What are the procedures to follow? The Constitution.
The court has no jurisdiction. This court has never answered for one thing.
Follow the procedures for selecting a jury. You continue to speak. You continue to walk
Put
forward
your-
to the court.
Yeah, put your hands underneath my arm.
Okay, at the very least, the common rules of being civil in a civil society.
Can we hold that officer as
Remove my materials. All these people
Well,
here,
no, you don't-
listen, all these people, remove my materials. Get my hat, my constitution.
You don't follow, you're not going back there or a step closer to the judge.
Once again, we see a sovereign citizen learn the hard way that he doesn't control the courtroom. Will these sovereign citizens ever learn that they're not in control? As always, I would like to give a big shout out and thank you to all my channel members for your support. I really appreciate all of your support and all of you are awesome. And that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you all for watching and be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you next time.